Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Austin Ariel. This is Austin Ariel Automotive, and we are actually not at a dealership. We are not in a parking lot. We are actually in the comfort of my home. So this video is actually going to be a little bit different. So this is going to be more of a ownership update video because I've had a lot of people ask me about my car, which is a Kia K5. And I want to share my 5 favorite things about the car with you guys. I'm going to do another video on the 5 things I dislike about the car, but why not start on a positive note? So really quick, if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe to it. Hit that bell in the upper right hand corner. That way you get a notification every time I release a video. And also comment down below if you guys want me to review certain cars, if you want me to go over certain topics, or if you just want to comment and be keyboard warriors. I've had that lately. Go for it. So without further ado, if you guys aren't familiar, I do have a 2021 Kia K5. Mine is an all-wheel drive model. It is a special edition model. So it's a long name for the car. Essentially, the special edition is only available in the color scheme of wolf gray with red interior, and it's based off of an all-wheel drive model, and all-wheel drive models are only available on GT line models with the premium package. So the main difference between the special edition model and a non-special edition model is you have a 10.25 inch screen, highway driving assist, which essentially when you put the radar cruise control on, it'll automatically adjust the speed based on what the navigation system has set in there. And then because the car is navigation, the adaptive cruise control also has curve control as well. So if the car is coming up on a tight curve, it'll know that and it'll actually adjust the speed accordingly. Now, getting into the car has about 42 to 4,300 miles at this point. So we got it back in October 2nd to be exact. So here we are in January. So I do drive the car a lot. Anytime me and Rachel go out or anything like that, chances are we do take that car versus her Nero. So let's get started. First thing I like about the car, probably the most obvious, is the styling. So it is a baby Stinger, right? A lot of the design elements came from the Stinger, whether it's the fastback shape, the body lines, etc., etc. This car is a mini Stinger, and that was one of the things that attracted me to it. The other thing was the lighting on the car. Kia has their heartbeat lighting, which is their kind of zigzaggy running lights in the front, and then for the rear, it has the same shape. I love that about the car. It's literally one of my favorite things, just because it says so much. It's got so much power coming from the car in terms of styling. Okay, it makes an impression, and then on top of that, it just looks cool. I've struggled to find many cars with running lights that are gold. Kia does that with a lot of their cars. I know Mercedes did that with a few of their SUVs. So, and I think the SL Roadster. But again, it's a rare thing. It just says a big statement, in my opinion. It's okay, Ophelia. Ophelia's whining. Next, something super small, but the key fob. I think a key fob can really give you that extra bit of pizzazz when owning a car, and I think Kia's done really well with these key fobs. Again, they mimic this right after the Stinger. Lock button right here, just like a detonator. I mean, this thing, it just feels really good. Even though part of it's plastic, it's a really nice plastic. The remote start button is in the perfect place, and all the hard buttons you're always going to press are this metal finish, which just feels amazing. I love it. That is a really big win for me. So next one is actually going to surprise a lot of people, just because this next topic's had a lot of controversy in the car world. And that is going to be the driving characteristics of the car. So I've dealt with a lot of sedans, especially in this segment, and I will say the driving characteristics of this car is very sporty in nature in terms of it instills a lot of confidence to want to go fast without you having to sacrifice a lack of control. So especially in my car, because it's got the all-wheel drive, I can drive it spiritedly around corners and things like that, and it handles amazingly. But in the same token, you don't have to worry about traction or sacrificing fuel economy, etc., etc., etc. So it's a big win altogether. And I know other cars have all-wheel drive now as an option. I think the Altima and the Camry are those two options. But as far as driving characteristics, the car is very sporty. It handles incredibly well with minimal body roll. It instills that confidence, which is something not a lot of cars, especially economy branded cars, can give you. And then on top of that, it's got what I call Miata syndrome, right? It doesn't have a lot of power, but you can mash the pedal. It feels so fun to get the power up there. And when you do that, you're still under the speed limit because it just doesn't have that much power. That will change once the GT model comes out, of course, but that's still up in the air. So, driving characteristics are another. Next one. This is actually probably my favorite thing about the car. The ambiguity of the car. When this car first came out, Kia didn't do the most marketing with it. And because that not a lot of people know what this car is. I remember the first time I drove the thing, I drove it to a nearby outlet mall here in Woodstock, and everybody was staring me down. They were like, what in the world is that? Guys, nobody knows what this car is really. Unless you're a diehard car enthusiast that just stays on websites all the time looking at cars, you're not going to know what this is. You know, it has very exotic, very European styling. Yes, you see the Kia badge, but that's not the first thing you're going to notice. You're going to notice all of those design features, the lighting on the car, the color. You know, Wolf Gray reminds you of Nardo Gray from Audi. These are all things that just make you wonder, like, what in the world is that thing? And then when you find out it's a Kia, you're like, there's no way. How is that a Kia? So ambiguity is definitely up there. And then to tie in the driving characteristics and the styling, the interior layout is one of my favorite that I've seen come out of the economy segment in a very long time. This car is focused on the driver. Everything in the center stack is angled towards the driver, which is really, really cool. It can be cumbersome if you have a passenger, but they don't matter. Interior layout's great. The screen, it's not too far away, it's not too close. It's a perfect size, it's 10.25 inches, so it's perfect reach. The gauge cluster, perfect angle. The steering wheel is fully telescopic, so you can always get that perfect closeness and height. The seats feel good. The driving position's very, very good. The interior feels like a cockpit, and that's something that not a lot of cars in the segment can say. And it really goes to show that Kia is trying to excite the mid-size sedan segment. And I think they're executing it very, very well. I really want to get my hands on the GT model to see how well they did execute it. But the interior layout of the car is fantastic. And I really am happy with what Kia did to make it feel more of a driver's car and bring that excitement back to the midsize sedan segment. So, in saying that, those are gonna be my top 5 favorite things about the Kia K5 thus far, okay? If you guys have things that you like about the K5 that I have not talked about, share them in the comments below, because I would love to have a discussion on this car, especially because it's so controversial. And then if you guys have any ideas of what I should do next, you know, I'm always taking car review requests. So in saying that, thank you guys for watching. I know this was a quick video, but I just wanted to get this one up and running just because I've had a lot of people ask about what I think about the K5, and I've had a lot of interest in the K5. So I kind of want to share my thoughts, especially because I deal with this car day in and day out. So there you have it. Again, thank you for watching, and if you haven't, feel free to subscribe, hit that bell in the upper right hand corner. I would definitely appreciate it. It's a good way to support the channel. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.